help. If you know of anybody who has gone through breast cancer or been touched by breast cancer, or really any cancer of any sort, everybody needs somebody to carry them during that time. And I just think of, for those of you who are not familiar with Agile on the Green or haven't ever been here before, back in 2002, I found actually a lump under my arm when I was down in Destin, as a matter of fact, on vacation, and went to have that lump ultrasounded and mammogrammed twice. And both times I got a letter back from the oncologist or the radiologist saying, "You do not have breast cancer, don't worry about it." And after that, I kept that little nagging voice in the back of my head saying, "That just doesn't seem right, that just doesn't seem right." And finally, the third time that I went back over the course of a year's time, the doctor physically even just looked at me and said, "I'm 99% sure you have breast cancer, and if we biopsy this and it comes back negative, we'll biopsy again because I'm 99% sure that you've got breast cancer." And that was probably the worst fear come true in my life. But I think about, one of the things that video speaks to me about is, I think about all the people that carried me along the way. And I think about, and there's probably a lot of them even in this room, Kim Engel, who, it's going to get a cry, I can't even look at you, who would go to chemo treatments with me and cover for me during the days that I was off work during that time, to my parents who would come every Thursday during chemo every 3 weeks for 6 months and get Catherine bathed and to school and feed Jeff and wash clothes and do all of those things that needed to be done. And then one of the things that I've really been struck with this year, probably more than ever, is what an awesome husband I have. He shaved his head during the time that I was going through breast cancer with me, which was just one of many, many, many things. And for those men who've ever supported women in that situation, it's very hard because they want to make sure everything's going to be fine and they want to fix everything. But Jeff just has this quiet confidence about him, and he never let me think I wasn't going to beat that disease. And in a couple weeks, we'll walk 60 miles, which I don't know how I got him signed up for that this year, and do the 3-day with me. But everybody needs somebody to carry them during that time. And that's one of the things that video just spoke loudly to me about. As part of my duties on the Komen board, which this is the first year that I've gotten a chance to serve on that board, and what an amazing group of people who are working toward the fight against breast cancer. I had the opportunity to go out and do a site visit. Komen gives about $2.3 million locally into the Atlanta community for early detection and screening. And I had an opportunity to go to St. Joseph's Mercy Care Unit, which is right in the heart of downtown. I got lost going there. Right in the heart of downtown Atlanta. And I met there a lady named Tracy Booker, and Tracy runs the breast care screening clinic at St. Joseph's Mercy Care. In the middle of doing all of Agile on the Green, one of the things I think you forget when you're planning and getting foursomes lined up and you're getting the golf course and you're getting all your prizes is that we do this for people who have breast cancer and to fight this disease. And Tracy, during the course of 1 year's time, through the money that Komen grants to them, they'll screen over 500 women for mammograms. About 115 of those women will end up being diagnosed with something, or actually they'll find something on their screening. Out of those 115, they'll come back and they'll provide the biopsies and the ultrasounds for those women. Out of those, about 6 of them will end up being diagnosed with breast cancer. And they'll work feverishly. It's one of the things that was so impressive about her is these people who are in the nonprofit space, who have such a huge heart for what they do and are so service-oriented, are so admirable. And I think we forget about that every day when we're in the for-profit business space, that there are these people out there who do amazing things. What's really interesting about the work that Tracy does, though, is that she, at St. Joseph's Mercy Care Clinic, they are the ones that take mobile mammography units out into the community and get the homeless women out of shelters, as well as underneath the bridges and really in the cardboard boxes that you see on the side of the road. And that's the kind of work that Komen is doing here locally. So I just if Tracy were here, I'd give her a big hug, but what an admirable thing she does. So it's been a privilege to watch her and see what she's doing, but also I'm just reminded of how many things Komen, through their 2.3, I guess so close to $2.4 million that they give out in the community, how many women like these homeless women that they carry along the way. And so with that, I'd like to welcome up Kelly Dolan, who's the Executive Director of Komen Atlanta, to tell you a little bit more about what happens with this money.